Hello. God, it's been a normal day, but I'm shattered. Anyway, so we've watched episode 1 of The Androids of Tara. Do you know, this season of it's so funny. Early Tom, I know, back to front. I really do. And later stuff, it just constantly catches me off guard. And there's a couple that I've not seen that we've got to see. Nothing in this season. Anyway, Androids of Tara, again, I only ever watched it once, which is absolutely crazy for a Tom story. And it's really good. I say this all the time. It's really, with an episode 1, I don't say this, but it is really good. In stark contrast to the Stones of Blood and the Pirate Planet, and the Robot Operation as well, this is a very simple story. And if you know the source material, you know pretty much what's coming. And Doctor Who always does well when it steals from something so adroitly. And the Doctor sort of makes the indication that we're nicking this from elsewhere, which is grand. That's the dog, by the way. She's asleep like a baby. I really appreciate the interplay with Tom. So let's just talk about Tom. Tom's brilliant. Some of his lines are absolutely off the chain. When he's got the scarf around K9 at the start playing chess, he's absolutely brilliant. Just so characterful, less grumpy, a little bit more giving a performance as well than in recent times. I don't know what's changed there. But he just seemed to be a little bit more generous with his acting performance. Still bombastic, virgin at being over the top, but never over the top. Just absolute class. And that line about, do you want to get your foot off my chest? My hat's on fire. That's really good. The supporting cast are almost uniformly brilliant so far. The Count's great. The Prince is great. Love all that. I've got one little issue, and I feel mean saying it because I really like Mary Tam, and I think she's great. I sometimes feel that her performance falls between two stools, in so much as Romana justifiably could be very Doctorish, and that would be a very valid thing for Romana to be. There's multiple reasons for that. Equally, she could be sort of aristocratic, Ice Queenie, and there's some comedy to be had out of that. Like when he picks her up in this story, and the Count picks her up, and there's various bits and bats that would be a slight affront to her. You could lean into that, but a performance seems to keep to the middle, and it's a pity. I don't feel she's had the opportunity, been given the opportunity potentially to cut loose, and that seems a shame to me. I really enjoy her presence in the stories, and there's some really good moments, but I don't know. I just think there's more to be had from Romana, which is a pity to say because we know that, know what's coming with Romana and potentially it's better for the programme. But I don't think Mary Tam's been given the opportunity just to go for it particularly. And I felt that fairly keenly here. In an opportunity for her to be the Doctor, essentially at the start of this story, she could go off and do the Doctor bits. She kind of gets overwhelmed a little bit, and there's no reason for that to happen. I think that she could cut through some of those scenes and still have everything happen to her. Anyway, by the by. It's so nice to be on the Doctor Who train again. Seriously. There's so much Doctor Who now. There's great swathes that I feel I don't know. Like a lot of Capaldi, I don't feel I've properly ingested, and a lot of Jodie, to be fair. I think for various reasons, some of that has passed me by. But when I touch base with areas of Doctor Who that I've always had in my brain and perhaps not touched quite as closely as I could have done, it's quite a magical feeling. It's a very sort of taking you back to youth type feeling. It's a lovely thing. I hope everybody has something in their life as innocent and brilliant as Doctor Who that they enjoy, because it really is a tonic for me. It really is. Anyway, good night.